His body thrashed beneath the surface, arms flailing in silent panic. Above, laughter echoed as hands held him, under mocking, merciless. No lifeguard moved. No one screamed. The crowd just watched, unsure if it was a joke or something darker. Seconds stretched. Then he rose, not gasping, not broken, but calm, focused. And what happened next stunned everyone. This isn't just a story about bullying. It's about what happens when strength is underestimated because of skin. This is the story they never saw coming. Welcome, story lovers. From where are you watching? Comment the name of your city. Malik was the kind of kid who blended into the background. Quiet, polite, always early to swim practice. At just 13, he'd mastered routines most teens couldn't dream of, but no one at school cared about his medals. Not here. Not when you were the only black kid at a suburban prep academy. His mom called him her little water dragon, born in struggle, trained in strength. Every afternoon he walked past manicured lawns and silent stairs to the community pool, where he swam laps like he was chasing something no one else could see. It was his sanctuary. But lately, the water felt different, like eyes followed him in and out, whispers behind towels and forced laughter. He tried to ignore it. He always did. What Malik didn't know was that today, they weren't just going to whisper. Today, they were going to push him under and expect him not to rise. It started small snide remarks in the locker room. Locker doors slammed harder when he passed, towels accidentally tossed at his face. Malik stayed quiet. He always had. Being the only black kid in a mostly white swim team meant you learned to swallow things. But each day, it escalated. One afternoon, someone dumped bleach into his swim bag. The next, his swim cap went missing minutes before a time trial. Must have forgotten it, coach said, barely looking up. Malik felt the burn not just on his skin, but deep inside. Still, he said nothing. He needed this pool. Then came the laughter. Not the kind that fades, but sharp, targeted. One of the older boys, Tyler, called him Anchor. Not because he was slow, but because black kids don't float. It stuck. Even coach chuckled once. Malik stopped bringing up his medals. They weren't listening, but he kept swimming, kept training. What no one bothered to ask was that Malik was also training outside of school. Every weekend, at a quiet dojo downtown, he was mastering another art, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He didn't do it for defense. He did it for focus. For control. That Friday, Tyler and his crew cornered him by the diving board. "You swim so well. Let's see how long you last under." They laughed. Malik didn't. He felt the hands shove his back. He hit the water hard, and then Nit went silent. The water closed over Malik like a coffin. Hands held him down strong. Merciless laughing. His lungs screamed. Panic surged. He thrashed, but they pressed harder. The chlorine burned his eyes, his throat. He wasn't just drowning, he was being erased. Then, silence. Malik's body stilled, but not from fear. Focus kicked in. He twisted, coiled, remembered every hold, every breath-controlled drill. He grabbed an ankle, yanked. Someone splashed under. Another panicked. Malik shot up like a torpedo, gasping, eyes blazing. Tyler reached to shove him again. Malik sidestepped, spun, locked his arm midair. One fluid motion, controlled, measured. The bully screamed out from pain, but disbelief. The crowd froze. No lifeguard had moved. No adult had spoken. But now, everyone was watching. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It really helps. Malik didn't press charges. He didn't need revenge. He needed change. News of the incident spread fast. The school couldn't ignore it anymore. Tyler was suspended, the coach replaced, and the community pool launched a zero-tolerance policy on racial harassment. But for Malik, the deepest shift happened inside. He wasn't invisible anymore. To them, and not to himself. He kept swimming. But now, with fire in every stroke, every breath, his story echoed far beyond the poolside. Because Malik isn't the only one. Every day, black children are forced to rise through waters meant to drown them in silence. How many more will have to fight just to be seen as equal? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos.